friends or acquaintances or loved ones talk about the renewing properties of getting out into the wilderness. You know the kind of thing I'm talking about here, right? I mean, it could be the springtime return to that lakeshore campsite. Or maybe the fall retreat down to the Hocking Hills. Or maybe it's that winter getaway out to the snowy cabin in the middle of nowhere, away from it all, in the wilderness. Are you familiar with this concept? Yeah. Wilderness, in many ways, has become kind of the premier space to go to get our spirits nourished and rejuvenate our bodies and clear our minds before returning to the daily grind of the busy world all around us every day. And wilderness, in this sense, can be quite a good place indeed. Is this a place you have experienced? Maybe. But there's also a different sort of wilderness that we experience in our lives. One that is hardly a relaxing respite that we might dream of on busy days. Now, this other sort of wilderness I'm thinking of is a place we would not choose to be. Often it's lonely space. Somewhere we wish we never had found. I'm talking about the difficult wildernesses of life, the places that we are driven into, the hard moments. Wilderness perhaps like the exhaustion that comes from the relentless pace of academics or athletics or social pressure on. Wilderness like deep depression or paralyzing anxiety and these diseases that take hold that we can't just power through if we try harder. Or wilderness like that unending stream of bad news in our lives and world. Whether that's a delayed retirement or a loved one who's died, or some of those stories from communities that have been devastated recently. These sorts of wildernesses can be the worst sorts of places. Yet these wildernesses are exactly the sorts of places where God is showing up to be with us and to change such wildernesses into places where new beginnings might emerge. For just as John the Baptizer proclaimed, in the 15th year of the reign of Emperor Tiberius, when Pontius Pilate was governor, and Herod was ruler, and Philip and Licinius were ruling, and Annas and Caiaphas were high priests in the temple, just as John the Baptizer proclaimed then that God's good news was coming, so too now. In the 3rd year of the presidency of Donald John Trump, Michael Richard Pence, his vice president, and Jim Mattis, his secretary of defense. So too now, when Joel Osteen and Jerry Falwell Jr. and Franklin Graham have been appointed as the high priests of American civil religion, so too now, God's good news is coming. Not to these places of prestige and power, but instead God's good news is coming in our most powerless places. For God's good news is coming in this Advent season to our places of exhaustion, to the places where we are wandering in our loneliness. God's good news is coming to those of us who are suffering, who have less hope than we've ever had. God's good news is coming. For as John the Baptizer proclaims, God is carving out a direct path to be with us. God is cutting out all the cruft of life that confuses the true ways of justice and mercy and making things right in our world. And indeed, God will not cease in this work until all of our wildernesses are watered, all people's needs are met, and all of our emptinesses are filled. What? As the children helped proclaim for us today, we are in the 2nd week of this season, Advent. And in our 4-week movement of this season of Advent leading up to the Christmas season, the scriptures in this movement begin and end with proclamations of God's action in the world. Not unlike even what we're hearing today now in the second week of Advent. But last week, right, as you remember, we heard things like, Christ is coming, raise your heads, God's redemption is drawing near. And the tail end of Advent, we will hear that proclamation from Mary. God brings down the powerful, sends the rich away empty, and looks with favor upon lowly people, lifting them up. And these middle 2 weeks then are devoted to our communal sussing out of what it means for us to respond to such divine action in our world. Which is where we then find ourselves today. With this story of John, the baptizer, the one making ready the way for Jesus. And the term to pay attention to in this second week of Advent, dear people, is the word prepare. Prepare the way of the Lord, John says. Make straight paths. This word prepare implies that we as God's people have a part in addressing these lifeless wildernesses among us. And so in the second week of Advent, I ask you to think for a moment. Where are you noticing profound lifelessness in this world? What wilderness has grabbed you or others in a way that is sucking life out of us? Bring something to mind for a moment if you're able. I'll give you just a few moments. Do you have something in mind? Now take a minute and think also. What might we do together to address that? Think for a moment. How can we advocate for a change? How can we walk alongside one another towards this day of deliverance God is bringing? Bring something to mind. Is this an easy task? Such transformations rarely are easy. Yet such transformation is what our God is about. And by divine grace, God will somehow see this work through in us and in others as we together respond to this Christ who is coming soon. May such transformation take hold in our minds,